following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
What up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Get and Loser. We're starting a podcast. You know who it is. It's your boy, Cheetah.
It's your boy that came back from rest for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It's your boy, Chop.
Jesus Christ.
He makes it so long.
I know.
It's your boy, Yoder.
And we're joined by a very special guest this week.
Bernie Fidel.
Yes, sir.
Falls, New York.
Appreciate you coming in. Yeah, if you guys remember, a few weeks back, or probably like a month now, right?
A few episodes ago.
Yeah, we had Ronnie on to talk about, like, you know, the mayor's office, stuff like that, and she'd sat down with Ernie and his wife to talk about Love Canal, and I was like, oh man, I want to talk to him, so I reached out, asked him if he wanted to come on here, and we set it up. So appreciate you coming, man. Yep. Yeah. So before we get into anything else, I do have a very unfortunate update for the pod. Anybody who's been following along since we started this knows that when we first started out, we, me, Chop, and our buddy Mike were recording inside of my hot-ass trailer because we couldn't have the central air running because it made too much noise in the background. So we had to sit there in the heat. And to make things worse, we also had my cat in the background meowing constantly. So she kind of became like an unofficial Get and Loser mascot for us. And unfortunately, Monday, when I got home from work, I found her. She had passed away while I was gone. It was very sudden. I'm not even really sure what happened, to be honest. She was fine when I left in the morning, and then I came home and I found her, and so, you know, it's been a pretty tough couple days for me. But yeah, man. So shout out to my cat, bro. She saved my life. I don't know if I'd be here right now if it wasn't for her. So yeah, I just wanted to give a little shout out to her. That was my girl. But yeah. So
Yo, before continuing on, there's a couple stories about his cat. Me and her. Best tag team catching the mouse. He was on the chair like a little girl screaming.
no, that didn't happen.
I broke a broom handle.
I was up there because I was fixing a light bulb.
I broke a broom handle because I dog got that mouse. But no, Hera, she wanted to play with it.
She did love catching mice. That was her favorite. That and getting high on catnip. Two favorite things in the world.
Yes.
She loved that shit. She used to go crazy for that shit.
You remember the time she was looking at the ceiling?
She used to. It was so funny. She would zone out all the time. Like, I'd give her some, I would catch her, and she would just be like. It was awesome. But
Are you gonna get another cat?
nah, I'm done. One and done for me. I didn't even want that cat. But
Yo, if I could get a pet tiger, can I store it at your house?
no. You ever seen that fucking Neighborhood Wars clip of that guy who had a tiger in his yard, in his basement?
No.
He was like feeding and shit. He like raised it since his baby and then like got out.
There used to be a lion in Niagara Falls.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Good times.
Yep. Over on the south.
Dude, you never just wanted a lion, bro?
I would, yeah, but not in my house.
Why not, dude? Be sick. They're just like big cats.
Yeah,
They
if
just
it
need
tries
love.
to eat you, my
No.
cat's not going to try to eat me.
Not if you ever seen those stories of people being reunited with lions that they raised and they like remember them and they don't eat them. You never seen those videos?
Christian the Lion.
Yeah, see, like that.
Yeah, there's a whole book about it.
You got to get on Hope Core TikTok, Yoder. Change your life, man. It'll make you happy. See all the good stuff.
Unless you're watching Perez.
I'm not even gonna mention that guy,
Who?
Perez Hilton.
What's going on with that?
He's psychotic, maybe. I don't know. Lost his mind. Not to be a dick, but I think it's just karma. You know, guy built an entire career off tearing other people down. I mean, it's gonna
Did he
catch
die?
up to you eventually. No, he's in the hospital. He's in a mental hospital, I think. But We're getting off track again.
Yes.
We do that a lot. We forget what we're talking about. Real quick, fire it off. Drew or Chop, how was your time off?
It was good. Had to deal with knuckleheads at work.
I thought you took the 1 week off to set up a guest, and then you just never said anything about it. So did it just not work out, or?
No, he never got a hold of me.
His guests strike again. This guy's notorious for having terrible luck with guests. They either don't show, either don't come, or
Well, they make up an excuse and why they can't show
Pay
up.
for effort.
at least you're trying, I guess. That's all that matters. But
Participation.
yeah, you get a participation trophy.
Everybody gets one nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. See? Oh,
My
Yo,
son got a participation trophy for kickball.
really?
He joined a kickball league. He's a soccer player, so he joined a kickball league. So everybody in the league got and they all get these little two trophies. They're all like at sea kind of thing. They're about this big, and he was whatever. They all got a trophy. So it's like obviously, but you're right. Like he came and was like, see, that's what's wrong with my generation. Everybody gets a trophy.
At least he called it out.
Yeah, he did. So.
Yoder? What's up, man?
Not much. It was good. We took a week off to go see.
Oh yeah, we went and seen Spider-Man Brand New Day. Me and Yoder.
I saw that Saturday in the RPX.
Yeah, don't become friends with this close friends with this guy, Yoder. He's not the kind of guy who would just text you to tell you his feelings about something. He's got to call you. And if anybody knows me, I hate talking on the phone. I don't even like talking on the phone to my parents.
Yo,
And this guy will call me just to tell me one thing about something, and then he'll be like, "All right, bye."
yo,
Dude, just text it to me, man.
Yo.
Send me a voice message or something.
hey, I'd rather talk it.
No,
'Cause
I
I
can't.
want to hear
I don't like
your
talking on the
reaction
phone.
as well.
It drives me nuts. I don't like having my phone that close to me, man.
You
That's how
see
you
it
get
in
to.
what now?
RPX?
Is that the one that moves?
No,
No, that's 4DX.
Oh, for now.
the RPX, the chair rumbles on certain action scenes.
Yeah, that's 4DX.
No, it wasn't 40X. It was
That's what
40X.
it's called.
Yeah, they had the 40X, but they had the regular one.
Because when I seen, what is it? One of the Star Wars prequels I seen in 4DX, and the share shaked and shit.
It didn't shake.
And they
It was like,
spray you with water and shit.
oh no, that wasn't. I didn't have that.
That was crazy, dude. I had to turn that shit off immediately. I was like, no, that's not gonna work for me. That shit was brutal.
Yes.
But the screen was as big as that wall over here. Or even bigger.
Hell yeah. But yeah, so we went and seen Brand New Day. It was badass. I loved it.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good movie. It was a solid flick.
Again, it was nice that you didn't have to. I didn't see the last one, so I kind of missed why he had to make everybody forget about him. But I still got the gist of it.
Yeah. I gotta tell you though, man, theater etiquette, bro. It's going downhill.
I
Those
thought
guys
it was,
behind us weren't that bad, but
right.
they were definitely. There was
The
a couple
phone-
of times where it was like, all right, bro, you don't have to respond to every single thing that happens. We get it. We're all watching the same movie.
But I like the fact that not everybody was on their phones.
Yeah, that's true.
That was good.
I'll tell you the one thing: no theater etiquette will ever be as bad as when me and Chop went and seen No Way Home. Because there was a guy behind us with his girlfriend who was literally explaining the entire movie to his girlfriend while we were watching.
Hey, babe, this is what happened.
He's like, "Oh, this is why this moment is so important." And I'm like, "Bro, if she don't understand, why is she here? That's what we get for waiting the last second to get tickets." That's why I told me and you, I'm like, we might buy tickets now just in case we get
I
stuck
don't
with
have the
shitty
patience
seats.
for a theater.
What?
I don't have the patience for a theater.
Yeah,
Yo,
I only go. We go every once in a while now, but most of the time we'll go in. It's only
The
probably
doofus.
10 people total. Yeah.
Well, the other people sit right next to us.
Oh, I hate that. I hate
Yeah.
that shit too.
I wish the internet didn't ruin Jean Grey for us.
I mean, it was kind of obvious the whole time that it was gonna be.
No, I know, I get that part, but the girl from Stranger Things is Jean Grey. Okay, they should let that as a surprise.
Nice spoiler warning, dog. What if somebody hasn't seen it? What if Ernie wanted to go finally break his theater
No.
etiquette and go, man, and see it? You just ruined it for
Oh,
him.
I should
Good
put
job. What if Rich hasn't seen it yet? You ruined it for him. Now he's gonna kick you out of the studio.
Rich, you saw Spider-Man yet?
I went Thursday,
Oh, okay, good.
No, but
but the theater etiquette. There was a couple up in the corner, and they didn't shut up, and they weren't like talking about the movie. You could just hear them, and then when they got up, like they were older. They weren't like my age older, but they were like 30s. So they weren't even like kids. So people like booed them, which was great. Boo! Everybody like booed 'em when they walked out. And then the guy lost his phone, so he had to come back, and he couldn't find it. So everybody was laughing. Ah, karma, bitch! So that was kind of great. So that was the only good thing about it, because that was kind of fun. Good movie though.
did you know there's only been 4 Spider-Man live-action guys?
4. There's only been 3.
4.
Who's the 4th?
Frank.
Get out. Can't believe you just made that joke. All right. Let's get into the real shit now.
Yes.
Okay. Ernie, as I understand from, I talked to Ronnie about it. She said that you grew up. So you grew up in Love Canal, like.
My wife and I both did. We grew up around the corner from each other.
Yeah.
There since born and raised.
So like, can you give us a little bit of an idea of what it was like before all the shit came out about like the chemical and stuff? Like, what was it like growing up there?
It was a nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
Very. I don't want to say affluent, but not a poor neighborhood. A very nice neighborhood. Everybody worked. There was nice families. It was a very LaSalle. That end of LaSalle was it was like the last few streets of Niagara Falls at the time. It was a very nice community. I remember I had cousins that lived down in DeVoe, and they thought they were going out to the country, and they drove out to 98th Street. It's like, but it was really nice. And then all of a sudden, it went off the Love Canal, and it went off the rocker, and just think it was a neighborhood. Back in the 60s and 70s, you could do whatever you wanted. You didn't lock your house. Kids could do whatever. There wasn't no real crime.
Mm.
But once Love Canal got going, Lois Gibbs got a hold of it, and
it just shot off like a rocket.
Yeah, it took off, and it went. It started out slow, and all of a sudden, it catapulted. People, they relocated everybody out of their homes if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was great. I was like 21, and I had a girlfriend that gave me a hotel room, and I got where the Crown Plaza is now on Buffalo Avenue.
The best restaurant?
I got to eat there all 3 of my meals.
Oh, yeah. Why not?
Courtesy of New York State or whoever paid for it. I thought that was great. At the time, I didn't. When you're young, you don't really look at how bad it is. You don't think about it. You know, my mother had cancer. She had breast cancer in the 70s, early 70s, and she passed of ovarian cancer. And you didn't realize how riddled the neighborhood was of cancer. As I got older, I'm watching people I grew up with dropping, and they died of this cancer or that cancer. And the birth defects, you don't realize. There wasn't social media back then.
Yeah.
So it was hearsay and talk and neighbors talking to each other. And Lois Gibbs got things going by knocking on doors, there was no Facebook or nothing to talk about it.
That's great. Yeah, I was, like we said on the episode with Kristen, I mean, when you talk about, as soon as you start researching anything about Love Canal, almost immediately you hear about Lois Gibbs. Like, she's like one of the big things that, like, I mean, there's a lot of people that say even that Love Canal might have not gotten as big as it did if it wasn't for someone like Lois Gibbs. You know what I mean?
She took off with it.
Yeah.
And we thought it was normal.
Mm.
There was a ball diamond at the end of my street, JC Ballpark. My wife, actually, her family was right across the street from it. And behind it was that was where Love Canal actually was. The canal where they put everything in, and it was chemicals back there and all kinds of wild stuff. They built 99th Street School on top of it, and it turns out more of the area was more intoxicated than the rest of than we thought. You know, as years went on, now they're starting to find leaks. When they fixed it back then, they thought they're doing the right thing. They didn't know any better.
Yeah.
How they fixed it. I think there might be even diagrams in that in one of those books I brought. We got a Lois Gibbs thing about Lois Gibbs there too. I think there was something they showed how they're going to cap it. I don't know if I brought that or not, but it was pretty primitive to today's standards. I mean,
I think Kristen.
Here's a thing right here saying that it was laid right through the canal, 10 feet below the surface. Like a clay cover.
Yeah.
Right over the pipe.
They put a plastic sheet over it, like as thick as a credit card.
Yeah.
And they put that over that, and then they put the clay cap on it. They thought clay held everything back then.
Right. And still to this day, they haven't checked them. They haven't.
No, there's vent tubes and stuff, and there's one area there where they never even go monitor it. They're supposed to monitor it. There's a lot of waterways. Black Creek ran along through there, and you got Cuga Creek not too far off from it. It was a big thing, and it hit world news like overnight after within probably the first couple months. But I really don't think they knew how to handle it at the time. They didn't know what to do. They bought everybody's houses, and they gave you what they wanted to give you. They didn't give you what you wanted, you know.
Right.
Yeah, this stuff is cool. It's like, look at this stuff. It's like going back in a time machine.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So, do you have any friends that had like extra arms, extra limbs?
Tell you what, there was a lot of birth defects in the area, though. A lot of miscarriages. Turns out a lot of breast cancer. Now they're finding bladder cancer. I had bladder cancer, but they're finding it through the whole city now because of Goodyear. And I worked within a few mile radius of Goodyear all my life. That's a whole new thing. Yesterday, the Goodyear blimp was flying around.
Oh, yeah,
Did you guys see it?
Yeah.
It kept flying over our house. It's like they taunting everybody now.
Go away.
That's probably fun right there.
Yeah, they had it.
It was a new one, they said.
They had it parked at the air base for a little bit. Too. Yeah. Look at this. We can get a
79 Camaro for $6,000.
$6,600
That's
for a new Camaro.
That's what
crazy.
my uncle used to work there.
But before, like I said, I was telling you, before this all hit, it was a nice area, and the homes were nice ranch homes, modest, you know.
Right.
A lot of small business owners were in my neighborhood. Some people were holdouts; they didn't want to sell their house. They stayed there.
I still can't believe they built the schools over it.
Well, they sold the property to 99th Street School for the school board for $1, and they told them you can build a school, but don't put a pool in, because they didn't have an in-ground pool. 93rd did, because the kids from 99th had to walk to 93rd to go swimming.
This is crazy.
The swim class was weird back then. You didn't wear bathing suits. That was really kind of creepy now you think about it.
Yeah, I was trying to think what the name of the book is. I was listening to a book at work. I forgot what the book was called. But one of the people in the book was talking. There was like a lady she was talking about when she was a young girl. She said they were like playing with like some white rocks or something outside of the playground.
There were
like,
fire rocks, and you could rub them on the ground or throw them on the ground, and they'd burn.
Yeah.
They start on fire.
Yeah. She said that she remembered playing with them one time, and she like, when she'd like rubbed her eye or something. She got home and she was like partially blind for like a couple hours.
There was all kinds of stuff back there. There was like these hills of dirt, and that was barrels, basically buried under there. We used to ride our bicycles over like a little motocross track back there, and the whole neighborhood played in there because it was a huge field behind the baseball diamond. They rode their dirt bikes back there. They played football. All the kids kind of went back there.
Right here.
Hey,
Rich, can you switch my camera?
Oh, they were going nuts.
hey, you know
This
what's
is
the crazy thing about? They got the canal like blocked off. 102nd Street is wide open. There's an old hotel there. There's like an old witch woman that lived over there.
Yeah, that was the kind of stories I was told when I was growing up. Like on 91st, was that there was like an old witch lady that stayed behind, and she still lives there.
Yeah, that was.
If you went near her house, she would like curse you and your friends.
Actually, my wife's uncle lived on the very last street over there, and he was one of the last holdouts to get out of there. That's right where there's a I think Cerrone has her construction company there now. Right there in the end of Love Canal. There's some construction companies back in there. It's a shame because it was a beautiful neighborhood. And the worst part is they resold those houses. They tore down the whole inner circle of houses, but then they resold them, and now things are popping up, apparently. And house on 99th Street, they found carbon rods and they're digging around the pool to put the pool in.
Just imagine you digging pool, you found carbon rods. Like, who do we call it? EPA, the city, Jeebus,
DEC, EPA.
This stuff is really cool. Thank you for bringing this stuff. This is
Yeah.
awesome.
There was tons of newspaper articles I didn't want to. They're fragile. They're so old. I don't want to handle them too much.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, I'm gonna take a couple pictures.
Yeah, go ahead.
When I leave, or before we leave.
Yeah, definitely.
One of the things they said was like, I remember reading an article a couple of years ago, was that the containment that they used, they said it was going to last like 30 to 40 years. So now we're way past that 30 to 40 years. A lot. So whatever I mean, like think if you have pool liner. How long does your pool liner last?
10 years.
10 years. So we were hoping that clay and that liner. It's funny because I never really knew. Like I don't think we even knew how they contained it when we were kids. I had always assumed that they had built like a concrete thing and like created a silo kind of thing, like they kind of did at Chernobyl, like where they literally poured cement to contain it. But no, it was just clay and like the magic Play-Doh and and like you said, a thick liner.
They put a liner over it with clay, and they got vents. They got a way of checking it. They got some kind of vent station down one end by Frontier Avenue. Mm-hmm. It's all fenced in. You can't get in that part, but apparently they keep track of it. But who knows? I don't
who
think
knows
they
how
do.
long it's since somebody's actually kept track of it.
I mean, we thought it was normal.
Yeah,
We had everybody's sewers would back up in their basements after a rain and be black water or sludge in your basement. That's normal, I guess.
Yeah.
You didn't think nothing of it. You didn't think about chemical contamination back in those days that much. You really didn't.
yeah.
So when Lois Gibbs brought it to light, everybody's like, "What? This is, it was like a newfound cancer or something." And people didn't realize it. But you change your oil back then, you dumped oil in your backyard. You wouldn't do that nowadays. Karen next door would call on you.
Yeah, it's I was gonna say just like mentioning like Chernobyl, it's crazy. Obviously, I'm sure Love Canal wasn't like to this severity of like Chernobyl, but even like then, like there's still like what is it, like 20, 30 feet from Chernobyl is not even like allowed to be inhabited still all these years later. Oh yeah, well I was just guesstimating.
They tore all the houses down in the inner ring.
Yeah.
On 97th and 99th Street, and they didn't. All the other houses they evacuated everybody, but they didn't do nothing over there.
Yeah.
So it traveled under the ground. They must have thought Colvin Boulevard was going to stop it, hit the road and stop it, but it wasn't going to stop there. The road's there, but they didn't do nothing with that whole neighborhood. I mean, you got 95th Street, 96th. They tore down the Griffin Manor. They tore all that down. 97th, 98th.
I thought it was funny, though, that after they tore down Griffin Manor, then they rebuilt out those apartment buildings for the senior citizens. And I was like, well, it figures by the time they get cancer, they'll die anyway. We used to joke about that. Like they built those properties right where Griffin Manor was, and like they just literally like, well, the old people, they're not going to have any long-term effects. They're probably not going to be there very long.
Some of that they built before Love Canal, though. Some of that back.
Oh, okay.
Some of it was built before Love Canal.
My grandfather lives in those places now.
Okay. Yeah.
I ask him all the time, like, you ever, because like they have like meetups all the time for like the people that live there. They have like singles meetups and stuff, and I'm like, you ever hear any of the older guys like talking about like Love Canal? And he's like, no. And I'm like, all right, man. I'm just saying, you ever hear anybody talk? Let me know. I'd love to hear.
Are you talking about the same grandfather who taught us the 4 F's in life?
No. Stop. Keep that to yourself. You're the worst person to tell, man. You like told it to my grandmother one time. But yeah, so like obviously, like you said, you're young and you didn't realize like how bad it was. But do you remember at all like what it was like when, the information first started to like come out? Do you remember like seeing how your neighbors reacted to it?
People were panicking. Yeah, people after it took a couple months really to sink in. They're walking around in Tyvek suits and everything, going through people's yards, doing soil samples in your front yard. They drive something down there and get a soil sample. And after a couple months, it started to hit home, I think. Lois Gibbs started making a lot of noise. People started getting into it. And my mom was a widow at the time, so she had 4 boys. And she was pretty cool about it. She had, what kind of sucked, she had one payment left on the mortgage. And they said, we're taking out this house. She had to go buy another house.
Of course.
But they... my neighborhood, the adults were pretty cool about it. They kept a pretty cool head about it. And everybody just kind of says, okay, they're going to buy us out and move on our way. No, there was a lot of yelling and screaming at town meetings and stuff like they had meetings and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've seen clips of like.
Actually, once it took 2 years to get it handled. You know what I mean? But once it was handled, they moved along pretty good. The blizzard of '77 is what started it all.
Yeah.
There was so much snow. When it just brought stuff up out of the ground even more so.
It's crazy because like when you like talk to people or like hear about stories from like Love Canal, they have like a completely different telling of the blizzard of '77. And like my mom grew up downtown. She grew up on like Linwood. So when she talks about blizzard of '77, she's like, "Oh yeah, it was so cool. We were no school. We were sledding down the top of the roof and shit." So it's like crazy to hear about like how it was for them, and then in LaSalle, there's like it caused all these problems for people. It's crazy, like you know what I mean? It's
the snow was high as the telephone poles.
Yeah. She tells us all the time about it. She loves to tell stories about it.
There was a lot of it was bad,
Yeah.
and they didn't have the equipment we have nowadays, so it took a long time. National Guard came out and everything. It was people couldn't keep their houses warm. The wind was so cold, But it was mostly blown snow off the lakes. All blew off Lake Erie, a lot of it.
Yeah, that reminds me of that one year in Buffalo when it snowed real bad. Remember that? People's cars were like stuck on the thruway and shit, and they had to abandon them. Remember that? It was brutal.
And now they closed it down.
Yeah.
I had an experience like that a couple of years ago when we had that real big storm right before Christmas. I live in a trailer and my furnace went out. So I literally, me and my cat, we had to leave the trailer in the middle of the storm. I had to go stay at this guy's grandparents' house with them for a little bit. And it got and I like, if anybody, you live in a trailer, you got to keep like your water dripping during the winter because if you don't. So like I kept my water dripping. It got so cold in my trailer that when I came back to check it,
froze.
The water literally froze inside of the faucet dripping out because it got so cold in there. It was brutal. It was fucking terrible. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
Yeah, there's not much insulation on it. The walls are thin.
Hey, it was funny when he came over my house, like, hey, we're roomies now.
Yeah, that was when my cat got a bag stuck on her head. She's a
That
fucking
was
idiot.
too funny.
But yeah, it's nuts. But yeah, like I was telling you, I live there in Expressway Village, and when we had that Kristen on, she told us that, back there's another hot spot. And, like, a lot of the older guys that lived in the neighborhood told me when I moved in, but, like, the park managers and that never said anything about that. You know what I mean? They never said anything about, like, oh,
like now,
you're moving into toxic ground. Nobody tells you about that stuff.
I don't understand. Like, a lot of Canal, when these people move back in their houses, I don't really, I got to ask my one buddy. He bought one of those houses, and he actually sold it now, but did they sign off on anything?
Yeah, like, that's what I
told him. Oh, it's okay. It's magical.
Yeah.
It's fixed. They didn't do nothing. That whole, and the other side of Colvin Boulevard, they didn't do nothing. The whole.
Like, don't worry, we put clay over it. That's going to last 40 years. I know the 40 years has passed, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny that 93rd Street was like the cutoff. So, like, 93rd Street, they tore all the houses down on one side of the street, but the other side of the street was fine. Yeah. And then they built new houses on that side of 93rd Street, like, in line with Love Canal, too. Like, yeah, the school was there for a lot of years.
93rd Street.
They used to use it because I worked for the board, and for a lot of years that was the where they stored all the old crap. They didn't know where to put it. They used it like a warehouse. Yeah. When they would keep all the old desks or whatever they would keep there. And then there was also the baseball diamonds there that the league used. And then eventually the district didn't need the building more, so eventually they tore it down. But I always felt like maybe they didn't tear it down because they didn't want to have to aggravate the property any more than it was. But I couldn't believe when they reopened Black Creek Village, and then even like when they built those houses. And it didn't seem like a lot of those houses they built in 93rd, no one bought them for the longest time. Like they sat pretty empty. Like they were built, and then I think they really thought that everybody would just believe. And I think a lot of people just kind of believe, well, they fixed it. And now we're realizing that because of the age that they just didn't, not as well as they could have.
I was talking to my brother the other day. The field behind 93rd Street School, it dips down. It goes to the creek. And he told me that's where they used to dump years ago. They roll stuff right into Cougar Creek liquids.
Jesus.
I always wonder why there was a dip there in the middle of that field. It always flooded whenever it snowed or rained and went right down into the creek.
That's unfortunate for me because I'm pretty sure I used to swim in 93rd Street Creek when I was a kid. So, I was dumb. I was young and dumb. I didn't know any better. Me and my friends would just be like, oh, yeah, we could swim here. We'll be good. I mean, thank God nothing serious has happened to me since. But, who knows? Another 30 years, something could pop up.
Right.
Who knows?
Where Cougar Island's at now, my friend told me the houses that was built before 1950, they didn't get a letter from the city. If your house was built after 1950, you got a city because your letter is saying, hey, by the way, there's black sludge coming out. Do not touch that stuff.
That's crazy.
Well, the one end of the island was man-made.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of fill from the plants. This slag that they put everywhere is, who knows what's going to pop up with that. I feel bad for these people in town of Niagara.
Wow.
So their houses are pretty hot. And,
shitty. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm sure a lot of people, they trusted that the Love Canal stuff was going to be taken care of correctly. So they're like, oh, we're good to, keep living the way we were living already. And now for it to be popping up again and be such a big thing, and now realize like, oh, they actually didn't really do much, or they only did enough to, save it for a little bit. But it's got to feel pretty shitty, man.
You think you can trust your politicians and trust them, and back then, people were way more trusting back then. Oh, he said it's okay. It must be okay. And now it's second and third and fourth guessed if you say something, which is good.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and like you said, it's good that there's people like Ronnie and the other ladies that are now, making noise at these meetings again, because that's the only way.
Yeah,
things
Ronnie and
done.
Tanya, they're making a lot of noise because
that's good.
Hochul, I understand Hochul was in Buffalo the day they had the talk over here in town of Niagara about the radiation, and she didn't even care. Didn't even come. 20-minute drive. Could have been here. Could have made herself a lot of brownie points. I don't want her again as governor, but I don't think anybody does. But
she was there for the opening of the new stadium, though.
Oh yeah, she's always there for the.
It was funny. She didn't know how to do the Buffalo chant. Man, this is not
Did you
enough.
see that?
Let's go Buffalo.
No one did nothing with her.
Come on.
I think I watched that 10 times. It's so funny.
But if she was a Bills fan, she would know the chant is go. Well, Hemi Hayes, hey.
Nothing.
Let's go Buffalo. Like, come on, guys, this is not good.
I understand the state just took over the stadium.
Oh yeah, I think so. I think I just seen
How
something
crazy
about
is that? Erie County, they all had to pay taxes on it. Now the state's taking it over.
Yeah.
They can reimburse those people, the taxpayers in Erie County.
Probably not.
Yeah, it's a it's a mess, man. Like I was telling you, I grew up on like 91st, but this was like long after all of it went down. But even then, my mom would tell us all the time, like, oh, don't be going riding around in that area, And like we didn't care. We'd be like, yeah, whatever, Mom, no big deal. Like what's the worst that's gonna happen to us, But they say that it's tied to a lot of stuff, man. That the chemicals there could,
A lot.
cause a lot of stuff to happen.
I lost a brother 2.5 years ago, and he was loaded with cancer from head to toe. He did work for wastewater too, so I can't maybe blame it all on Love Canal. The wastewater plant is in the.
Kristen, who we had on, her whole family, her father, her other relatives had cancer.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
my aunt.
Well, there's a lot of cancer in there.
My aunt passed about a year or so ago from she had esophageal cancer, stage 4, incurable, and that it ran its course on her for years.
I lost
Pretty much
a
tore her
friend
down.
2 years ago. He lived on the inner ring, and his backyard was right to Love Canal, and that's what he passed from.
Yeah, they say even now, like even living basically anywhere in the falls, that you're basically breathing in so many chemicals without even realizing it.
Well, the air is a lot cleaner than it was in the 60s and
Oh
70s.
yeah, I'm sure
It was
yeah.
bad.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. And this is normal.
It's no big deal.
That hooker smell. When I went over to City Docks, I got down on the ground and I smelt that stuff that was oozing out, and I go, that's the same smell I used to smell when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it always had that rotten egg smell. It always had that sulfur
dioxide.
smell.
You see
And it was just always it was a cloud. It was a cloud of it was just always. And I lived over, my mom and dad, their house was still there. They're both gone, but like 68th and Girard, right near 66th Street School. So they're they had we could hear the plants. We could things like that. Like right down, you could go right to Goodyear. And, everybody's like, oh, that was when the city was great. We had all these plant jobs. But, yeah, those jobs were, like not a lot of guys that worked at the plants made it through a lot of years. A lot of them, they weren't – it's not like automotive or some of the other industries. Those industries, that was – the years went by. The next generation was a little bit safer for them. But, it was a pretty bad place, and that's why so many of the people talk about Love Canal, and that's just the high-profile one. There's just so many sites in Niagara County. It's not just Niagara Falls, and that's sometimes that would be the thing. The people that live in Niagara, like other parts of Niagara County, or even Buffalo, would say, "Oh, Billy, people live in Niagara Falls." Like, listen, we're not the only ones that got this stuff. Like, where do you think they took all the waste from Project Manhattan? Like when nuclear bomb stuff. Like, where do you think that stuff went?
Right.
It's down in Lewiston, town of Lewiston, and it's like it's town of Niagara, it's Tonawanda, it's North Tonawanda, it's everywhere. Right. This was an area, and then all of a sudden they put it out in the country, and then that became like homes and school districts, and it's only a question of time before we find out as how many places there were. That's why there's so many sites, because some of them are just at the plants along the closed plants at Buffalo Avenue. That's why you see they still have like 2 guys on staff, because someone has to monitor like these buildings. I think that they have some stuff stored in. It's like, it's crazy.
My father, he worked at Dunlop, Bethlehem Steel, and then when he passed away, he had cancer all over his body.
Yeah.
I found out.
It's crazy, man. Like all this, you have all this proof and stuff of this stuff happening, and it's just, whoever's in power now and can, at least, acknowledge that it's happening, just chooses not to.
They always use Niagara Falls too much for industrial. It should have been more of a tourism city.
Yes.
What killed this city was Robert Moses Parkway.
And Marilaki.
Yeah, Marilaki didn't help either.
My
You
grandfather
heard a
told
lot
me.
about him, yeah.
My grandfather told me that fucking cocksucker, he fucking rules. I said, "Geez, granddad." But if you do want to listen to a good episode, listen to the episode of my grandfather.
How old's your grandfather?
Oh, he passed away.
Oh,
He was like 90.
that'd be interesting.
Yeah, he had some good stories
He-
about
Like he
when
said
the mob
something.
ran the city.
He told us there was the High Park used to have like the rodeo.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, one time I went to the rodeo. I thought I was a badass. I rode his bull. He flew me up there 20 feet in the air.
It was so funny. He got to like one point in his life, and he's like, "All right, I have to stop here." He said, "I can't tell you the rest. I don't want you to see me like that." It was so funny.
What the Parkway did is it diverted all the people coming from Buffalo around Niagara Falls, and tourists are all downtown. No one went to the city, and we get 10.5 million tourists a year, and they go in the Parkway and they go out that way, and
that's they wanted to tear it down, but they couldn't because of all the chemicals in the ground.
Robert Moses
really?
is the worst person in the history of New York State, because it wasn't just Western New York. Like, because he, a lot of he did it in Niagara Falls. He did that throughway like 190s along the water because of him. He ruined parts of New York City because of that. That's why there's that movie Motherless Brooklyn or something it's called, and then there's a guy in there, somebody Moses. That's the guys. There's a character in it. They call him Moses or something like that. But he's basically just like a guy that's supposed to be like, they're making fun of Robert Moses, but like, yeah, he did so much damage.
he did damage.
To took away some of the most. Think about how valuable that property could have been. And at least now that like what they've removed the part of the Parkway, and now they're talking about they're doing some other stuff with the Parkway as well to give people access to the park system again. But like, yeah, another great decision for history of Niagara Falls.
Robert Moses looked like a modern thug.
They screwed my father good.
Yeah.
There used to be one Grand Island Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
There was traffic going two ways on that.
Wow.
My dad had a Sunoco station right at the base of it next to a bowling alley, Janix Bowling Alleys. My dad, Fidel's Golf. Fidel's Sunoco. We had a golf station too.
Oh, nice.
We had Fidel's Sunoco. When I was like 2 years old. The state took it for eminent domain.
What?
To build the second Grand Island Bridge.
We
And
mean
that's
like
when
the
they put
second
park-
Grand Island Bridge, like
The one next to it. Yeah, it was right at the base of where the North Grand Island Bridge is on Buffalo Avenue. So they come in, they took it for eminent domain, and he fought it in court for years to get the money what it was worth. He had boat docks back there and everything. And then Love Canal comes around again and screws my parents again.
gee, I bet your dad was like cursing. Like, what the hell, Sneak?
Yeah, it killed him. He fought it in court for years and years. They didn't give him what it was worth.
Yeah.
And that was the start of it. They tore that down, built the Grand Island Bridge, and then they put the Parkway in.
Yeah, it's a shame. Like when you look back, how much, like that generation got screwed by like the people in charge back then. Like you said, they did that to your dad, and then the Love Canal shit. You know what I mean? It's just like.
But you know what I'm very surprised about? I was looking at the map of Love Canal. The Niagara River was not less than a mile away. I'm surprised none of that hit the Niagara River.
Oh, it's a half a mile as a crow flies. Love Canal from Love Canal to the Niagara River.
About a half a mile,
Not even.
or something like.
It's probably.
But you got to remember too, there is another containment site on the other side of LaSalle Expressway, which is on the water, and that's where a lot of this started because they started seeing some shit by the docks, which is right next to that. Because remember, there were baseball diamonds over there 2 years ago. They eventually had, after Love Canal, they had to do that. So it wasn't just like they all happened at the same time. Now Love Canal was the first one. But then there was the one across the other side of the Parkway where the canal started. And then over by, remember there used to be that fire hall where everybody had the big weddings and stuff? Frontier, that was a huge one. That one's a site now too. I mean, there's just one. It's a site after site after site, and that, I mean, to some credit, the Superfund or whatever they did, they were going through and they were closing down things and tearing. They because there was so much attention on them for that first maybe 20 years, but then everybody just kind of forgot about it, and it was fine. We cleaned it all up. It's all better, you know.
Well, they definitely need a super fund to come in and do something here.
I was surprised IPA, PETA, Fuel, Granula.
PETA.
Uh,
I mean, PETA.
so fucking those fucking weird actually don't eat us, or we're in the middle of blocking the meat. I swear, if I had to go to some city and these PETAs.
Are you okay, man? Are you having a brain aneurysm?
No, I ain't no brain aneurysm. I'm just saying, these
making
people
his own
care about the environment. Why there ain't like 1,000, 10,000, 500,000 people try to care
Who
about?
gives a shit anymore? The people in charge are telling people like that everything's okay. Oh, don't listen to all the noise.
Yeah.
People are just angry.
Local said
It's
everything's
fine.
okay.
We're taking care of it. Don't worry. It's all just more
it's,
corruption.
It's a shame how this one's going down though too. It's like they're trying to ignore it. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's not.
It's just gonna get bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
But you know what it was? I think we started that movement. We're the ones who planted that seed.
I don't know. I don't know about
I
that.
don't know. It was just.
There's been people talking about it long before we started talking about it.
But as soon as we.
But I mean, the fact that it's being talked about by more people is,
That's good.
it's,
Yeah,
al-
the
it's
better.
always a good thing,
You know,
no matter who's the one talking about it.
and the state made money off this. Like in our neighborhood, they gave everybody $39.9 for their houses. I had my contract for my brother's, my wife's parents' house,
Mhm.
and my mother's house. It's $39.9. They all got the same amount of money, and they turn around and sold those for a lot more.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
20 years later. They didn't really do much to them.
Of course not. Because they're all good. They'll be all right. Oh my God, it's crazy.
$39.9. You can't even buy a car for that now.
What, 39,000 or 3,900?
39,900, 40 grand.
Oh, 40 grand would be hush hush money.
That was
Pretty
for
much.
the
That's
house.
pretty much what it was.
Yeah.
Well, how many people actually got that 40 grand? Like,
Oh, the whole neighborhood, they bought everything out.
no, I'm talking like how many people actually left the area? Like, forget this. I'm taking my family to Ohio, Pennsylvania. Help me out.
That's a good question, actually. Did you have any friends from the neighborhood that just left the city completely? Do you remember?
Not really.
Yeah.
They went to Wheatfield, Town of Niagara, Lewiston, Burkholtz. Really, no one took off out of the state.
Yeah.
They didn't do it back then as much as they do it
That's-
now.
that's a good point.
Nowadays, a family will pick up and move to North Carolina.
Yeah.
Back in the 1977, 1970. Oh man, I ain't driving that far. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be that far away. It was a different world, a different culture altogether.
People left because when the Power Authority was done,
Yep.
the Power Authority the city was at its max was 140,000 or something like that,
Yep.
and it was really never should have been that big. But they built the Power Authority, and so they built all these houses and they built all these schools because everybody was here for 20 years building the Power Authority, and then they were like, okay, now we do it. So they have these huge tracts of land of the city, and for a population that's now 40,000. And then the plants closing. That didn't help Niagara Falls, but then obviously Love Canal didn't help. But so some people just moved out, but a lot of the people that were here for the power project they left, and they really were. A lot of them weren't from here. Then you also used to have an army base, and then when they closed the army base, you lost half of the people that used to live in the LaSalle area. So there's just been a lot of things that people have either moved to other communities within the area, or they just got up and left because they really didn't have the ties to here.
There's been a bigger shift of people from Niagara Falls. Like the outlying Sanborn, Pendleton has built way up now. Ransomville, Town of Porter, Youngstown, those were pretty rural back in the day. Now they're heavily populated. And I think a lot of people shifted. They say, oh, Niagara Falls lost its population. But I go for a drive on Niagara Falls Boulevard. It's bumper to bumper. It's everywhere. Military road. It's crazy. Yeah. And I thought about it. I said, you know, all these people live in the outskirts of Niagara Falls now, and they do. There's all kinds of new homes going up in Sanborn. They must have put about 40 homes up in that one development there off Lockport Road just in the past couple of years.
It's crazy, too, to, like, hear about, like, what it was like when, like, you guys were coming up in there, because, like, you talk about, like, all this stuff in the city, and I'm like, I don't even... That shit all sounds like gibberish to me, because it's sounds like a completely different city than I grew up in.
This city was rock and roll when I was a kid, man. You could go to 20 different bars in a night.
It was what, Third Street?
Was
it Third Street had like 12 bars by itself?
I used to be a bouncer at Unks in Third Street for about 4 years. Yeah,
that's awesome.
After my
well, you could start on Third Street and go all the way down to like where Partners was. You could, you know,
Rags, Unks, Rockwell's. They had the Shark Club. They had Bedrocks,
Treehouse, the library.
They had a Shark Club.
Yeah. That sounds so
Mr.
cool.
M's owned the Shark Club.
I wish I had a time machine so I could go back.
I wish I could have a time machine and just see.
Then you go down Main Street. They had all kinds of places on Main Street. There must have been four or five nice places on Main Street to go to. As a teenager in that, or 19, when we could drink when we were 18 now. Then as you came out to LaSalle, there were the Rusty Nail. What was some of the other ones there?
Rosie's?
John Alquist owned one. It's out farther, though, towards the Military Road. There's a bunch. There, you could go out in the night, and there's 20 different places you could go to that were happening. Now, for some, say you're 25 years old and you want to go out, there's only a few bars you can go to. There's a couple on Buffalo Avenue, and that's about it, really worth going to.
The casino?
Yeah, or
well,
the casino.
For years, the Buffalo drinking age, the Buffalo bar closes. They closed before Niagara County, right?
No, they closed. Niagara County closed at 3 and Buffalo closed at 4.
Oh, I thought it was the other way around.
No, we used to go to Erie County.
You're less drunk driver.
We go over to Grand Island Bridge to Grand Island. We used to go to Buffalo for the last hour, man. We used to fly there.
That's why I grew up in Lockport, so we'd go down the road.
There used to be a place called After Dark on Transit Road in Lockport and Durf's. There were some really cool places.
That's so cool. I'm jealous.
And now I feel bad, but they don't go out. I noticed
after COVID, it's like
everybody stays home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at a graduation party for my cousin. My cousin just graduated high school, and like, you could tell like I don't want to sound like an old man now, but you could tell like his generation is completely different than mine. They're like playing this game where like you shoot. I was like, oh, they're like setting up a table. I'm like, oh, what are you guys about to play some beer pong or something? They're like, no, we're playing this. I forgot what they called it. And then like you have to like throw a ping pong ball at the person's beer can on the table.
Oh, I'll play that game.
And you have to like chug the beer until they find the ball or something and hit the table. And I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
That is
Why don't you just play beer pong like regular people?
They play video games.
Yeah, it's weird. It was so strange.
Hey, you want to hear a funny story about me and him? We were at a Bills game, tailgating. I'm already getting my drink in.
No, don't let him lie to you. He was already sauced up, man.
Oh, yeah, I was getting my drink in.
Saucy.
I say, you're the ball bitch. I'm not getting the ball. Because if I bend over, I'm not getting up. And my group of friends were afraid of playing these Amish guys. Because you know how Fitzpatrick was the Amish Fitzpatrick? Oh, we ain't going to play them guys. We played it. We played a game. We won.
Yeah, how many people can say they played beer pong against some Amish guys?
But there wasn't really Amish people.
We're friends with a lot of Amish, me and my wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we drive. We got a place in Little Valley, and we drive them around. We'll drive them to the hospital, take them shopping. Right now, Mary's doing it for us.
Oh,
She's
nice.
staying down there, and they're pretty cool people. We went to an Amish wedding last year.
Oh, really?
300 Amish and me and Judy.
Oh, yeah.
It was wild. They made me sit with the women. I couldn't sit with the guys. I was like at a club or something. No, you can't stay with the girls.
That's pretty cool.
Wait, you got to sit with the women?
Yeah, I had to sit with a lot of women.
Hey, you were lucky.
Yeah,
But if your wife was here or she had listeners, you were lucky because you were with the women. You just looking over. Hey guys, women.
It was different. And my one friend's got down there. He's got 10 daughters and 1 son.
Oh.
And there's another wedding coming up, so we're gonna, out of courtesy, we'll go. We're gonna
Yeah.
invite, but they're really cool people.
Yeah,
I'm friends with a
my,
lot of them.
When we were growing up, my family used to go to Allegheny all the time. Like the last 2 weeks of August, all the time. And my grandparents became really good friends with some of the Amish families. Oh my God, they're the nicest fucking people.
Oh,
in
they're
the world.
great. We go in their house. They love
Yeah.
sweets. They like pop and ice cream and candy. So we'll take ice cream over. I will stop one of their houses and go have ice cream bars with them. Or
I forgot the one guy's name.
Mountain Dew.
One of the dads. He was, oh my God, he was the nicest dude ever. And like, us young kids when we were bad, my grandfather was like, "Oh, we're gonna leave you here for a week and see how you like it." And the guy used to be like, "Oh yeah, we'll put you to work." And I'd be like, "I'm not going to work. I'm too young to be working." And he'd be like, "No, not around here." And I'm like, "No, I'm good. I'd rather go do nothing."
I've had
cool,
them
man.
build stuff for me, and the kids are like 8, 9 years old. They can lift more than I can.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They pick that up, and they're swinging hammers and building like really good carpentry skills, and they're young. One Amish family I'm friends with got a sawmill. It's one of those like ones in the cartoons you see. The saw's like 10 feet tall. It runs off a diesel engine. Here's an 8-year-old kid with bare feet pushing logs, pushing wood through it. His hands this far from the blade. It's like
I believe, I know the Amish are doing that because this is their life and culture. I believe they're probably lying about something. They have some type of history. There's no way you're going to jeopardize.
Well, they got Rumspringer, man. That's when they let it all out. And they give into
no,
the.
actually, that's not even true. They
Oh,
told me.
really?
Yeah, I asked them
Oh,
about that.
wow.
I've spent a lot of time with a lot of them. They told me it's not true.
shows
They
how I know.
laughed and they laughed about it. They said that was an Englishman tale. They call us Englishmen.
Oh, shows how much I paid them.
Yeah,
Oh, damn.
they're different.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I wish I could remember the last name of the people, but they're always super nice.
Yeah, we like them.
I think it might have been like maybe the Rabers, maybe something like that. I don't know. I just know the one place we used to go to all the time. They had like
Raber's the last name. That's an
Yeah.
Amish name.
I know at the top of the hill there was like a top of the hill that had one that was like a toy shop. They used to sell like Amish toys and shit. We used to.
Amish gun.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then down the hill they had a son who like did like iron work and stuff like that.
Sheet metal work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember.
There's a lot of them that do that.
Yeah, I remember
You
my
and your
brother. My
skate-
brother tried to skate down the hill the one time and got the speed wobbles and literally. Oh my God, he was covered. It was crazy. My mom was freaking out. She's like, "Oh my God, oh my God!" It was crazy.
I remember
Good
that
times
story.
though. Yeah, we used to love going out there. Always the nicest people.
Oh, yeah.
Always super nice.
The funniest thing was me, him, his brother, my sister. We just started running away. We had no plans. We just okay. We don't want to listen to these orders. We just started running away. But you know how we got caught? Because I had to take a dump.
You had to go back home.
No, I just dumped in the woods.
Yeah,
Yep.
we got caught, and then my grandfather threw us into what he called Bob's boot camp. So he treated us all like we were in the military. You know, he had to do push-ups with his foot on your back and all that good
It
stuff.
makes it weird. Makes it worse. Our 2 other cousins, they were like roughly our age. They got 18. We were just sitting there looking at them. Like, we were thinking, "You motherfucker." You
Yeah,
don't-
it was good times. I used to love going down there. That was fun. But another thing I want to ask you too is, so you lived there your whole life, right? When did you move out? When did you leave?
When they evacuated us.
Okay. How old were you when you left?
I was 23.
Okay.
I think 23 I was. It was 1981. I was born in 1957. I think
So
I-
did you go to the school there that was built on the
Oh, 93rd.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I hung around that whole area. That was my hood. I was a local hoodlum.
Yeah.
My wife's father didn't like me.
Isn't that how all great love stories start?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So like even then you guys didn't know you were playing around that stuff and you had
We had no
literally
clue.
had
We
no
had
idea.
Our parents, I don't think he had a clue.
No.
Our basement would always back up, and we'd be down there playing. We had a pool table down. We had bedrooms in the basement.
Yeah.
These were small ranch homes, you know. And we had
Mhm.
bedrooms fixed up down there and that. And the water, oh, darn, it came up again. He put the sump pump in there and pump it out. And there was a creek behind my house called Black Creek.
Mhm.
And they filled it in when I was a kid. And they put like those big pipes in there, like 10 feet tall, big round ones, you know. And I remember Elia Construction was back there, and now you wonder what they filled that whole area in with behind those houses on between 98th and 99th.
That's crazy.
I don't know why they even filled it in. It was a small little like creek, like 2 feet wide, that trickled down through there. It came from Cugard Creek. It came from, I don't know where it came from. It came from over the river, maybe. I don't know, that way. And it went into Cugard Creek.
That's crazy. It's crazy, like, you know what I mean? Like, you were saying that it was such a nice neighborhood, and it was, you know, great to grow up there, and then for it to just...
Yeah, and now when they let everybody move back in there, it still was another nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
A lot of families in there. You drive through there, it looks perfectly normal on the other side of Colvin Boulevard. But now they're finding, someone found something in the yard. What they found in that yard, though, was carbon rods. And they found a sign that said Spear. Erico Spear made carbon. So it's probably stuff that was dumped from there.
Yeah.
They found some little plate, I guess, that said Spear on it. That's what I heard. I don't know how true it is. But
that's crazy.
they were starting to put their pool in. But we had put a pool. There was pools in my backyard as a kid, but you didn't dig that deep. You went down 3-4 inches.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if 91st Street pool there's affected at all.
I think it's too far away.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
swam in there a couple times when I was a kid.
I think that
Not
was
much,
probably
though,
cleaner
'cause my
It
pool.
wouldn't matter because they don't open it up till almost August anyways. I remember.
Yeah, literally.
I drove by it this summer. It was July. The pool's not even open. These poor kids need a pool in the neighborhood there, you know?
Yeah, I spent a lot of my younger years at that park right there. Doing a lot of stupid shit I probably shouldn't have been doing. I got hit in the face with a computer chair wheel at that park one time. Broke my nose.
My grandson hangs out there. He lives on 92nd.
Yeah, I've lived right there on 91st. Not far from Old Greenwalls. Like a block or two from Old Greenwalls.
Greenwall's, it's been there forever.
Oh,
I was there before I was born.
Yeah.
It's been there over 70 years.
Yeah, that place was awesome. My mom knew one of the ladies that worked there when I was growing up, so I used to go there. She'd give me pizza and shit all the time. It was badass. Right there where 93rd Street Park is, right there, like in the little wooded section right there behind it, before you get to the creek right there. I lost my virginity back there.
Oh.
He tells me that every time we drive by there.
Good times, man. Good times.
He's like, over here, I lost my virginity. Over
Hey
here,
man, it's a good
I
time.
got
It's a
hit by
good
a car.
memory. What do you want to tell you? I was down the other day for because my uncle lives there on Brandy Drive. So when I was down there for the graduation party, I was telling my cousin's boyfriend, I'm like, man, we drove around here, dude. I was like, I'd probably have a story for you for every single block around here. I grew up down here. That was my hood. That was where I did all my shit, you know. I remember one time when I was a kid, right there, 91st Street Bridge, where that little bridge is right there. One time when we lived on 91st, I got high with my brother. It was like one of my first times ever getting high, and I didn't react to it well. I fell asleep under that bridge for like 3 hours.
91st Street or the cement bridge? Or 91st
Yeah, the little
Street
cement bridge right there. Back.
There's a guy that lives under that now, I think. My
Oh,
grandkid
nice.
told me, yeah. There was a bum that lives under there.
Oh, cool. That's really cool. Yeah.
Why don't they do something about these panhandlers in this city?
I don't know. There's a lot.
There's a lot lately.
About crackheads. You know
I thought it was like, didn't they like pass something not long ago about excessive panhandling or something? It's like illegal or something?
There's a guy that sits on a bench there at the military in Niagara Falls Boulevard.
I see.
He's camped out there for a few years now. It's
Oh, are you talking about Santa Claus?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've seen him a couple times.
You can't be that hungry. He's got a belly out to here.
It's weird too, cause like my dad was in the service, so like when he sees a lot of the guys, you know, hold up the sign. Like we seen a guy one time, he was like, "Oh, veteran help." So like my dad like called him out, and he's like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "Well, what's your veteran number or whatever?" And the guy didn't have one, and my dad was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Come on, man." He's like, "I get your hunger and shit, but don't lie about stuff like that."
Yeah, that's a terrible thing to lie about.
Yeah.
Yes, still involved.
People gave their lives.
I'd be too dumb to be a panhandler.
Dude, are you kidding me? You're like you have the perfect personality to be a panhandler. You know how much money people would give you just because of the stupid shit you do, and you say.
There's one at the falls. We were walking around the falls about a month ago. Me and my wife. He was nasty. He was like yelling at the tourists and stuff. He was like crazy, man. He probably should have been locked up somewhere, but they don't do nothing about him.
But you know what it was?
Harassing the tourists.
It was because Andrew Cuomo put that law the appearance ticket law.
Oh yeah.
Good old Como.
Yeah.
Funny story. I used to get blocked on Twitter a lot because I would talk shit to him, and they'd yell at me, like during the height of like the COVID stuff or whatever. There was like somebody like posted a bunch of pictures of him out somewhere without like a mask on him, while posting about like people having masks, or something about like, oh, he said something about the one year for Thanksgiving. He's like, oh, I know you want to see your family for Thanksgiving, but don't get together this year because of COVID or something. And then, like somebody said that they like seen him getting together with his family or something. I mean, obviously it might not even been true. Maybe
He
someone
was
just
here.
saying shit. But I remember I like tweeted at him on Twitter the one time, and I was like, so I can't see my family, but you're gonna see yours. I said I'm gonna break in your house, Como, and shit in your turkey.
His
And I got in trouble and they blocked me for a week.
he was here because his girlfriend was here because he met his girlfriend through Hokel.
Yeah, his girlfriend's from Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so yeah, he was
Nice.
here. They were both here.
Nice.
We couldn't. He was celebrating with his family, but we
Remember when he
couldn't
did
do ours.
that? Remember when he did that press conference one time? And everybody thought he had pierced nipples.
Yeah.
That shit was funny as fuck, man.
He
The best one
not
was
a good
was
governor.
Elliot Spitzer though.
What?
It was client number 9 or whatever it was. Remember that when he was that all dropped when he was wasn't that girl from Niagara Falls too, like Western New York?
Yeah.
The Elliot Spitzer one. Then he had to resign. Like
Yeah.
I remember that was pretty.
Yeah.
That was. That guy like had all the world in front of him. Everybody thought he was the golden boy for everything, and then he just blew it
He
completely.
blew it. He wasn't too bad either.
Elliot
the
Spitter.
governor.
That's crazy.
I remember George Pataki.
I don't know who any of these people are, if I'm going to be honest with you.
Well,
I don't really pay attention that much.
George
We were-
Pataki was when we were kids.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's why.
we're better with the guy before Hokel, that's for sure. We're better off with Cuomo than Hokel.
I tell the guys at work all the time that it looks like she has Grinch eyebrows. Because, you know, her eyebrows are so weird. So she'll be like this.
Well, that's what happens when you have too many eye
Too many
jobs.
injections in your eyes.
That's a big thing, too, now. I see people doing that a lot.
You know,
now,
the
too.
lips in the eyes, you get them all blown up. I don't
It's
get
crazy.
Yeah, I imagine Love Canal at night. There's probably like a secret lair, like a secret government lair. They're saying
They're just like down there, like secretly pumping it out slowly. They're like, we thought we were bad before. We're back.
we're back when you harder.
I always thought that too. Like when I was a kid, I used to tell my mom, like, Mom, what if there's like some big government conspiracy about Love Canal? And she'd be like, no, it was just mishandled. And I'd be like, no, I think it's a government conspiracy.
Well, the whole city's got problems. You know, everybody ignores is the dump right in the middle of the city.
Oh, the
Garbage
shit
from
hill?
everywhere. From New York City, everything
Garbage
comes
hill?
right to the Seacoast there.
Yeah, when
Is it still called Seacoast dump?
No, we call it Garbage Hill.
yeah, I call it Garbage Hill,
What do you call it?
Garbage Hill,
Garbage Hill.
or Shit Hill. Because sometimes when it gets real hot in the summer, you can smell it.
Oh,
It smells bad. Because I live right there in the park, so like it gets bad over there too.
and that was right in the middle of the city that did that. You know,
Yes. There's like people that like will come here that I know from like out of town, and I'm like, oh, what's that? And I'm like, that's shit. And they'll like laugh and be like, no, really? And I'm like, no, really, it's shit. It's just garbage.
it's garbage.
They just make it look pretty,
Yep.
but it's garbage.
They're going
It's
a little,
crazy.
They're going a little higher right now. I think they added another layer.
It's probably didn't they just put up a solar field on one of them or something?
They got solar fields popping up everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. I don't like them.
They tried to get a bunch of people in my park to switch to solar. They're all walking around the window. Literally, you could tell. That was one of the only things everyone in my park could agree on. Everybody was just like, nah, we're good. It was funny. Like, each house they'd go to, they would just be like, nope.
Then we get a new governor. Hopefully our power bills will go down.
Oh, yeah, weren't they supposed to be sending out some bill or something? Some more hush money? For something like that?
Oh, the
If you
delivery
paid
fee
income
is
tax or
ridiculous.
something?
Yeah, you pay much
You pay
for
more
delivery than you
delivery
do
fee
his
than
bill.
for the power.
And the smart.
I don't
meters
get the
aren't helping
delivery
either.
fee. We get it delivered like that off. For a million
I know.
years.
I know the smart meter people were trying to come to my house one time, and I ain't doing it.
Yeah, they put in a new meter in my house when mine broke. I don't know if it's a smart meter, but it's definitely not the same one that used to be there. It's definitely different.
I think
Because
it's
I had a giant icicle fall on mine and break it. Snapped like the pipe.
I got a smart meter, and 2 months later my bill went up.
Yeah, that's
100
what
bucks.
everybody's looking
Yep. Not too smart after all.
I want
Really.
the dumb one.
Let's revolt.
So I'm gonna argue for solar power because I've had solar panels on my roof since 2013, and I still generate about 80% of my own electricity. So, like, it's cool in October because I'll get because I generate so much in the summertime, like right now in a day like today, more than I need. So then I get like credit back, which is kind of cool. So I mean, I'm not like I love it just because like the fact that I'm screwing I'm screwing National Grid because they have to pay me when I generate more than I'm using. I get a credit. So
cool.
usually usually it settles up in October. So obviously I can't generate an electricity in like January when they're covered with ice, but the other 10 months a year I'm generating shit with my own electricity,
cool.
which is pretty cool.
My dad has solar panel.
Yeah. I was gonna ask like what happens if you like get more than you use. I was gonna ask if like just gets stored somewhere.
It just goes back to the grid because it's all connected. So they had to put a meter in when I put them in 2013. I had to put a grid. They had to put a different meter in so I can see my meter go down. My meter actually goes down it's funny. The guy came to put the new one in at my house, and he couldn't get the bolt off or something. He didn't have tools. So I'm like, how are you going from house to house changing meters and you don't have the right tool? And I don't think they ever came back. So they'll probably never change it. They'll probably forget about me for 10 years.
Yeah, that happens, I guess. Yoder, when you said you had solar power, Yoder looked at me and whispered "nerd," just so you know.
I didn't.
Yeah, you did, Yoder.
My dad has solar
Don't
power.
hide it now.
I have a lot of friends that have solar power. I would have suggested.
Well, these solar fields are putting up. What are they going to do in the wintertime? They're popping up everywhere.
My brother was
When
doing
there's 3
solar
feet of
panels
snow
for a
on
while.
them.
He was building them for a while. Well, I forgot he was in like Massachusetts for a little bit doing it, like working on like a big solar field. He said they used to have guys that would like stand at like the edge of like the field with like rifles and shit, just in case like any animals tried to come down, like bears or something. So they just like shoot at them to scare them off and shit. And he'd be like, "Yeah, we'd all just be there on the ground, laying on our backs, doing a thing, and then you'd hear the rifle go off and be like, eh." And I was like, "Dude, no, thank you. That's too much for me."
The squirrels are the problems because they chew on the wires. That's the worst problem. So mine are a release system. So the squirrels like chew through the wires, so they stopped working. So I called the company. They came and they fixed it, and they were like trying to get me to put up a squirrel guard, and I was like, "But it's covered under the warranty." They're like, "Well, yeah, but then I go, well, if I don't pay for this guard, and it happens again tomorrow, do you have to come back and fix them?" He's like, "Yes." I said, "Well, why would I buy? Why would I buy a squirrel guard? Like, I'll just wait. I'll just throw nuts up there as far as I'm concerned." Because like, so it's funny. They had to come back one time to fix one panel because of the squirrels, and then the squirrels must have just got bored with.
Dude,
they got sick of the words, but
I never realized how much like what they could chew through. They chew through.
They'll chew through They'll chew through freaking anything. They'll chew through a fence. They'll chew through freaking anything.
I have one of those big like the plastic recycling bins, and the one time I threw one of my garbage bags in there just overnight because I get we get really bad raccoons over there, and I didn't want the raccoons tearing up the garbage. So I just like threw it in the thing, and I'm like, "Oh, I'll take it out in the morning to put it out." I go out in the morning, they literally chewed a hole in the side of the fucking thing. They go in there and tear through the garbage.
Squirrels have to chew because their teeth never stop growing. Their front teeth, they never stop growing. They got to gnaw them down.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Same with rabbits.
Something new every day. What?
Same with rabbits. Their teeth grows.
I thought you said
keep
rats. I was
growing
gonna say, all
rabbits
right,
too, yeah.
let's not talk about those, please. You know how I feel about mice and rats and all
We got
those
rats
things.
in Niagara Falls.
I don't
Talks
know. I don't like mice,
Hey,
man.
Cheetah,
Anything that can collapse its spine, no thank you. I'm good.
hey, Cheetah, there's already a scuffle at Bill's practice.
Oh, I know. There's
Another
been
one?
a couple.
There's been
There's been a few. You didn't
Josh
see the
Palmer.
interview of Alec Anderson the other day where he said, "Oh, I didn't like the late hit he put on our guy, but I did like punch him in the face a couple times and choking him out."
I can't wait till Saturday to get to see the stadium.
Oh yeah.
I'm a season ticket holder.
Oh nice.
So,
So, hey,
I tried to get tickets for the open practices and they literally sold out in seconds.
5 minutes or
I was
gone.
pissed. I'm like, "You motherfuckers!"
Yeah.
The one time I try to do it.
I'm not too big about the red and blue game, but me and my wife are going to go there and check out the stadium at least, you know.
Yeah.
Make
It'd be
sure you
cool
check
to
out
see that at least.
Make sure you check out the table, breaking table. That's a good honor.
Hey, they got that table, but they don't want you to do it in the parking lot no more. They don't like. They kind of don't
can't
like
do it
that
here, you
anymore.
gotta
But we got a big table to show.
Yeah,
them.
we're going to honor what you
We're gonna
guys
honor
started,
it.
but you can't do it anymore.
I guarantee you, probably the first couple games, home games, everyone's gonna follow the rules. It's gonna take couple drunk idiots
Oh, I'm sure.
go through a table.
Oh, I'm sure. It's
if
not going to
Ron-
last very long.
If Pinto Ron doesn't get his mayonnaise and ketchup back before the game,
Ketchup and mustard.
oh,
Not
whatever.
mayonnaise.
Ketchup and mustard. If he doesn't do that tradition,
What a noob. This guy.
It's going to be interesting. The whole season's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Coach.
hey, but do you
Very excited.
do
Kind
you
of.
do
I'm
you
cautiously optimistic.
should Josh Allen play for the first two series of the preseason home game?
Well, doesn't he don't they let him do it to keep some streak or something alive or something?
Oh, no,
Isn't it
that's
like a
regular
streak?
season.
Oh,
No, because
know.
he's gonna be actually game throw the first ball in there. I get you throw the ball now, but actually a game that kind of matters preseason. I'll let him play for 2 series. Let him get that one. Just let him heave down and throw on the field, and he'd be the first quarterback to throw it.
Oh, I seen the other day. Did you see it? The all white jerseys. I thought there was only one and done. Apparently, they're gonna wear them every season,
I don't like
at least
those.
once.
They said they had problems reflecting. You couldn't see the numbers on the back. Who was
I hate
passing
those
through
jerseys.
because it was a reflection with the lights off those.
Yeah, I
slow
think they're wearing them
jerseys.
against the Dolphins.
I don't like the new ones either. These gray
Yeah,
ones.
the
they
nickel
got.
city ones.
Yeah.
I like
it
those. I like those
I
ones
think
better.
they look
than-
weird.
The helmet is just weird.
Yeah, the helmet is weird. Just doesn't really make a lot of sense, really.
It looks like the Patriots guy's head on the helmet, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Mark Levy is 101 years. I think I got a theory. I'm not gonna say it.
That he's gonna live forever.
No, he's gonna
He's
live
a
to the Bills
vampire?
win. No, he's lived to when the Bills win the Super Bowl and day to win the Super Bowl.
As soon as Josh lifts the Lombardi, he's just gonna.
That's Hey,
Well, hopefully we win it this year, so you don't have to keep going much longer.
you know what's funny?
Hopefully, almost last year
Not
we
funny.
got close.
We were talking about it here, and one time we were talking about some celebrity death. Oh, I don't know if he died
Oh,
yet.
Carl Weathers, and then literally the next day he died. So don't fucking let this guy talk about anybody. He's angel of death. Every time he talks about somebody, they die.
Dr. Death.
Yeah, but I just want to say one thing. I definitely like that little post you said about us.
Oh, the Meet the Losers post. They did pretty good actually. I think people liked them. So
Oh,
I think each post got like 8 or 9 likes. So. Pretty nice.
just
Oh, yeah, you
wait.
guys like how I made up my own to introduce you? I made up my own thing. I know you guys would appreciate that. That came from my heart. Don't expect it ever again, though. I'm going to go back to being mean to you guys. You know, I got to be the boss, so I got to make tough decisions.
I'll remember that.
Just let him think.
We bought the equipment. I bought at Best Buy.
Yeah, the equipment we don't even use anymore.
I use a laptop.
You don't even use any of it anymore, so you can't even use that excuse.
Yeah, I could.
All right. Well, I don't want to cut into too much time. So.
Hold on, before we continue, before we finish out, the second annual Merge-a-thon is back.
Oh yeah, we're having another one, and I know Rich isn't gonna believe me, but I'm staying the whole time,
Never
baby.
gonna happen.
I took the 2 days off. I'm staying. I'm
Never
not
gonna
leaving.
happen.
Hey,
I'm not leaving this studio till 9 a.m.
Just text me because I'll be working. If he actually makes it through the night.
I might not come in at 9 a.m. the first day, but
Nope.
when I come in for my time from then until 9 a.m., I'm staying.
No. You say, and
Is
I
it the whole
quote,
time?
I'm gonna stay the whole time, Rich. 24 hours.
What am I gonna do here for that long? I'll be bored. I'm just gonna stand in the corner and watch other people record. I guess I could do that.
You're gonna
Is there gonna be
special
food?
guest.
Because I'm gonna be hungry. Can I take a nap somewhere?
Yeah. There's a whole place.
Can I just sit in one of these chairs and take a nap at one point? That'd be cool.
Hey, Rich, will you let him take a nap here?
I really don't want people napping in the middle of a broadcast. Just
Yeah, I
to
won't
be
be on
clear.
camera. I'll be
Yeah,
somewhere
we
off
don't want
camera.
anybody. Yeah, I don't. No, but if you fall asleep, I'm going to tell you, we will put a camera on you. We will. You might get, like remember when you're a little kid, if you like to sleep over at your friend's house, if you fell asleep, you know you were gonna get shit put on you.
Yeah, they cover you in maple syrup.
Yeah, like your hands end up in a bucket of water, all
Warm
that
water.
shit. Like
One
something's
time
gonna happen to you.
One time when I was a kid, me and my brother and my cousin and one of his buddies camped out in our backyard, and I fell asleep first, so he peed on me. So that was nice. And then he peed on me and then antiqued me, so that was nice. I like to remind him that all the time when he's, I just be like, remember what you did to me, just so you know. But yeah, I guess we get good place to end it. Yeah, Ernie, I appreciate you coming on, man.
Yes.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you want to come back any other time and talk about anything else, let us know.
Yeah.
We're always
There's a lot of things to talk about in Niagara
yeah,
Falls.
we can
there's
talk
a
about
lot
literally
going on.
anything. So
We got to do something here with our. They got to find a new mayor.
gotta do something.
They got to do something there. It's they gave him 8 years now.
You know what we
He
need.
didn't do
You know what?
nothing. It's been 8.
You know what Niagara
almost
Falls
8
needs? We
years.
need a Batman. We need somebody to
We
step
need a
up
hero.
and become a Batman.
That's like Lou Rizzo, so we need a hero.
Uh,
I wish he'd run for mayor, but he don't want to do politics.
Who?
Lou Rizzo.
who's that?
He don't want to do politics.
Why does that sound familiar?
You haven't seen his posts?
I don't
Kinds
know.
of posts about Niagara Falls.
I don't think so. I know some Rizzos though.
All kinds of stuff. He's
I got my
He's a
tools.
real
I'm starting
estate-
tomorrow.
I'm gonna run for mayor.
do it.
I'll
We
do
need
it.
somebody different. We got
Chopping Yoder will be
this.
my confidant.
This guy, he's. I see a lot of pompous in him. He's very pompous and sinister acting. I mean, everything's hush hush, no foils. Where's the money at? Nobody knows where the money is.
That's what Ronnie said.
When they start paving our roads, I haven't seen no roads getting paved. He said there's 25 streets that are going to get paved. Nothing.
They're gonna get paved in the idea, not actually get paved. Just like the idea of it,
That's what's now this rainstorm we had. Everybody's basements flooded, and our infrastructure needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's old, It's they don't update it.
Sorry, my dad was texting me. So yeah, unless you guys got anything you want to say real quick, we can end it here. Ernie, thank you again for coming.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a picture of a couple of these things before
Yeah,
you
please
leave.
do.
Yeah, stuff's pretty cool. I appreciate it. But yeah, if you ever want to come on, talk about anything Niagara Falls related, literally anything. I mean, we talk about everything from like conspiracy theories to like. We literally have an whole entire episode just talking about Bigfoot. We talk about literally everything.
I'm big on Bigfoot.
Oh, we are too. We
See that
love
sign
it.
right here?
Yeah, we even got a sign.
I
Bigfoot
actually
area.
had some issues.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, we're gonna have you back on for a Bigfoot episode.
I have a good amount of land in the southern tier. Me and my wife are outdoors people. We hunt.
Yeah.
I haven't bought beef in 30 years. I eat venison is all I eat.
Oh, that's
So we
awesome.
spend a lot of time in the
Dude,
woods.
badass.
We found tracks in the snow and heard things. And
Oh yeah, we're
there's been
definitely.
a couple sightings,
You're definitely coming
couple
back
roads
for a
by
Bigfoot
us.
episode.
Yeah, we're big on
this is
Bigfoot.
exciting. We love that shit. That's like our bread and butter right there. That
heard-
and like true crime. We're
I
really
heard a
big true
yelp
crime
one
guys,
time when I was hunting up in the top
Really?
up in the top of my mountain. I heard a yelp, and I don't get scared. I had a 308 in my lap sitting there, and I was like, I could shoot and my wife said I was pale when I came down the hill in the four-wheeler.
Oh man.
I said, that thing, it wasn't human.
Oh yeah.
And then I was snow blowing one time in the driveway, and we found footsteps, 7-foot strides, and
Jesus.
3 feet of snow like this. I got them on my phone. I can't find them, but I know she still has them on her
Yeah.
phone. And I almost snowblowed right over them. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. What the hell is that? They're fresh.
That's
It was
crazy.
just snowing.
That's crazy.
And,
Oh yeah, you're definitely coming back
there's a
for
road
Bigfoot
by,
episode, for sure.
There's
This
a
is
road
awesome.
2 miles away from us. They've had like 3 sightings.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
Yeah, I think it's neat. We found trees bent over. Now
Oh, I
they make
love
the little
shit like that.
teepees like in the woods. The little teepees like they
Yeah.
we got our property. We're finding those in our woods. Who the hell did this?
What the
Who built these things? And
Yeah. That's awesome.
yeah.
Oh
we've
yeah,
had
we're
stuff thrown at
definitely
us.
gonna have you back at some point.
We've
for
had
sure.
stuff thrown at us in the woods
Oh my god,
a couple times, and
I'm like fangirling right now, thinking about it. It's so exciting. Yeah, we love shit like that.
Yeah.
That and like true crime are probably like our two biggest things, like mythical shit and like true crime. We're really
I tell
into.
people about it, and they think, "Oh, you're nuts," but
Oh no, we love shit.
I got
like
my
that.
wife to back me up on this one at least. It's
Right.
like he ain't nuts.
Not this time.
Oh, she was. I mean, you're out. I did a maple farm for 5 years there, and I spent a lot of time in the woods. I was tapping 800 trees, and a couple of times I hear boom, like something just fly through the woods and land like a big log. I was like, it wasn't a tree that fell. It didn't crack or fall. Something it got lunged, and it's heavy. You know, you can tell they throw stuff at you. Apparently,
Hey man,
who
don't
knows?
surprise me. Yeah. All right.
Mischief.
Well, yeah, we're definitely have you back for that. That sounds awesome. But yeah, you guys know the deal. Like and subscribe. The episode will be out Friday. I'll send it to you when it drops.
Okay, cool.
And then yeah. So,
Always check on your homies.
Yeah.
911.
No, not 911, Yoder.
Jesus, Yoder.
It's 988.
Oh,
Now, don't call 911, y'all.
I mean, you can, but
If it's a dire emergency, if you got Bigfoot chasing you, got Jason trying to slash
you got Bigfoot chasing. You might as well just give up. I mean, you're not gonna get away.
Hey, I'm gonna play dead.
But that doesn't work for Bigfoot. He's gonna make you his bitch.
Thanks for along, losers.